Well, surprise of surprises, to be a successful business, you have to have great clients. What are great clients? They're clients that value what you provide as a service provider. They willingly pay you well, and they send you a lot of recurring work. We're not talking about getting one-off jobs here. Any trained monkey can do that. We're talking about strong relationships with great partners. What's not so obvious sometimes is how to get great clients and how to build strong relationships with great partners. Today, I'm going to give you my top 6 ways to get and keep great clients. Let's roll. Number 6, start more conversations. You can't have great clients without, well, clients. The biggest mistake voice actors, creatives, freelancers make in marketing their businesses, other than not doing that, is not reaching out to enough people to start enough conversations, i.e. not reaching out to enough people often enough. It all starts with more conversations. There was once an insurance company in Chicago, and they called in a sales consultant to figure out why their profits were declining. They were averaging only 2.5 sales policies per agent, per salesperson, per month. So the consultant came in and he immediately knew what was wrong. He told him flat out, your only problem is you're not calling on enough people. Well, of course, this solution was way too simple for the top executives at the company. So the consultant said, you know what? I'll prove it to you. I'll put my money where my mouth is. And he assembled a cross-section of the entire sales force from best to worst and everybody in between, a really representative group. And he told them, you know what? Starting today, you're going to start calling on people in neighborhoods where you don't know a soul. There will be no leads provided. There will be no qualifying of prospects. And if anybody opens the door, you are to start the sales call with the following words. You don't want to buy any insurance, do you? The only goal, their only mission, was to see how many people they could repeat that message to every single day. Well, needless to say, the salespeople themselves were a bit skeptical, and to be honest, the approach failed. 59 out of every 60 people they'd called on said, you know what, get out of my face, we're done here. But 1 out of every 60 said, you know what, as a matter of fact, I do need insurance. Why don't you come on in? So if you said 1 out of 60 is kind of a crappy closing ratio, you'd be absolutely right. That is, if it took a month to see 60 prospects. But with the consultant's approach, each salesperson was able to see 60 people in a day, in 8 hours. So as a result, they began to average 1 sale a day per agent. That's 22 in an average month. And that, my friends, is almost a 10x increase. The more people you reach out to, the more conversations you start, the more website visits you will generate, the more demo listens you will drive, the more talent rosters you will get on, the more auditions you will get, the more work you will be offered outright, the more work you will win, the more customers you will acquire, and the more of those that have the potential to be great clients that you will have the chance to develop. The more clients you have, the more great clients you will have. Number 5, walk the walk. Look, sound, and act like a pro. Having strong relationships with great partners absolutely requires you to be able to deliver the goods. That means being able to provide a great performance with great audio and a smooth, fun, and easy experience for the client getting that professional product. Look, sound, and act like a pro. Let's break that down. Look. First, look the part. If you're going to seek work from professional businesses and you're going to ask them for money at professional rates, then you need to look like a professional business. Your website has to look good and it has to be easy to use. It can't look like your 5-year-old slapped it together over the weekend, and it can't take 5 or 6 seconds to load. Your demos can't be buried halfway down the page, or worse yet, on an interior page. We get what we attract, and shitty websites attract shitty customers. Sound. Hate to say it, your demos have to be professional. Scripts ripped from the internet, delivered with mediocre performances in an audio environment that sounds like you recorded in a bathroom in a rest stop near Poughkeepsie, aren't going to cut the mustard. They're not going to attract professional clients. DIY demos, unless you happen to be a trained demo producer, suck. And your auditions have to be great. This is where, as I like to say, the rubber meets the reed. If you're not properly trained, it will show in your auditions. Professional clients will hear it. It's one thing to be competent on a demo. It's another thing to be consistently competent when literally left to your own devices. A great producer ain't gonna bail you out. It's you, the copy, the room, and the gear, and that's it. And don't forget, your demo has to be great, your auditions have to be great, and your final product has to be great. And finally, act like a pro. That means an easy, fun, smooth, professional experience for the client. It means communicating clearly, setting proper expectations up front, negotiating professionally and with integrity, doing great work and meeting or ideally exceeding expectations so that you build a great client experience and you build a loyal partnership with that client so that they come back to you over and over and over and over again. It means doing what you say you're going to do, when you say you're going to do it, and how you said it would be done. And it means standing behind your work so that when you blow it, not if, because we all kick the can every now and again, you just make it right. Number 4, make it easy for them to start working with you. Want to make it hard to start working with you? Give a new prospect a 10-question contact form. Want to make it easy? 3 questions. Name, email, comments. Done. The contact form on your website doesn't need to capture every small detail. It just needs to get enough information to get the conversational ball rolling. Simplify your contact form. Then make the process of quoting and onboarding clients as easy and smooth as possible. Now, in an ideal world, every job has a contract, but in the real world, sending a 4 or 5 page contract with every tiny little $350 explainer video is an onerous and not very smooth experience. Work with your lawyer, put together what's called a Master Services Agreement, an MSA. It's essentially all the contract and legalese that you'll need for every job in one piece of paper, and then you can handle each particular project, each particular scope of work, then by email, as long as you're clear. Email is admissible in court. This is not legal advice, but it is a recommendation as to how to handle those small one-off jobs and still protect yourself and protect your client. Also, ask them how they like to work, by email, by text, by carrier pigeon, maybe by a combination of all 3. Is there anybody you should be copying on emails? Is there anybody specifically you should send the invoice to when the job is done? Asking those questions up front pays dividends in the future on future jobs. Number 3. Charge what pros charge. Let's remember what makes great clients in the first place. Ones who value what you provide and willingly pay you for that value. If you don't understand and stand up for that value, you cannot expect anybody else to pay you what you're worth. I said it before, we get what we attract. Cheap attracts cheap. Professional attracts professional. Pros understand what other professionals provide and they willingly pay those rates to get that value. Conversely, lowball clients don't understand that value. They don't understand the real value of what you provide. And as a result, they will demand from you way more than what is reasonable, and they will suck the joy and the profit right out of your business. Lowball clients are exponentially higher maintenance, and that's true in every business, not just voiceover. Clients who don't understand your value and who are primarily price-driven, that's their first concern, they're way less likely to be loyal because when the next job comes up, guess what? It's going to the lowest bidder. These are not good partners. These are the partners that you fire first as soon as you can when you become more successful. And when you are successful, these are the ones you avoid like syphilis. Number 2, surprise and delight. I have a client that I do their quarterly C-suite meetings. Their entire leadership gets together once a quarter. It is a Fortune 10 company. We work together 4 times a year, and we have for many years. They've been very loyal. And once or twice a year, I throw in just a little bit extra. It might be free revisions, it might be free file splits, it might be both. I might take a little bit off the rate, and I always, with this client, because of their loyalty, deliver before the deadline that I promised to them. Why do I do the extras? Why do I throw them in? Are they pressed for cash? When you do $270 billion a year, you're not really worried about what you're paying the voice actor. I do it because it lets the individual people that I work with at that company, that I value our relationship, that I value that they choose me as a partner, and it helps them look good to their bosses. When everything gets done smoothly, easily, early, ahead of time, you always have the opportunity to surprise and delight your clients, to go over and above. And here's something that might be not so intuitive to you. It's actually more effective once you've established a track record of delivering on time and on budget. Then going over and above occasionally has much more of an impact because it's out of the norm in a positive, pleasantly surprising way. Think about it. If you're constantly going over and above, it becomes rote, it becomes routine, and it becomes unnoticed and unappreciated. Surprise and delight your good clients occasionally, and they may become great clients. And number one, show gratitude. After every single job, make sure you express to the people that you work with how much you enjoyed the experience, how much they made it easy for you to do your job. Yes, to help them, but they made it easy on you, and how much you value them. You don't have to lavish them with gifts. In fact, that's just sleazy and manipulative. A simple, genuine expression of gratitude is all you need. Great clients, great contacts at great clients will often fight for you to get the work. They may fight for you to retain the work. They may defend you if a question ever arises. They may recommend you to others, and they may reward you with more future work. We owe our careers to the people who trust us with their messages, and we owe it to them to make sure that they know how much we value them. Make sure they know how grateful you are without going overboard. Go to vopro.pro to get more information on the VO Freedom Master Plan, the VO Pro community, and to get my Move, Touch, Inspire newsletter that comes out every week just for voice actors. Thanks so much for the conversations we have here, the conversations we have at the VO Pro community and in the VO community at large. The more we talk, the more we have really rational, measured dialogue and can exchange information, the stronger, better industry we can build for everybody else. If you got value out of this video, please share it with another voice actor, however you prefer, whether it's on social media. But let's reach more voice actors and be able to help them. Thanks so much for your support, and we'll see you back here again next week.